What's up, fight fans? It's your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up, 5-5. You know what it is. Okay, so Gennady Golovkin says the zone is my partner, but he's the boss of Canelo and De La Hoya. Gennady Golovkin is counting on one acronym to make sure he gets his third fight with Canelo Alvarez. And it's not the IBF or the WBA or the WBC. It's the Zone, the streaming service which Alvarez and Golovkin signed a 9-figure deals following the middleweight championship rematch September 15th. Golovkin feels the Zone will have the influence and discussions for their third fight to ensure that Alvarez doesn't attempt to fight someone other than him on September 14th. Alvarez and his promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, said recently Golovkin will need to win a middleweight title to make that third fight happen. The 28-year-old Alvarez, 52 1-2, 35 KOs, took the WBA and WBC middleweight titles from Golovkin when he won a majority decision over the Kazakhstan native on September 15th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Alvarez added the IBF belt that was stripped from Golovkin a year ago when the Mexican icon outpointed Danny Jacobs. 35-3 with 29 KOs in their unification title match on May 4th at T-Mobile Arena. John Skipper, the Zone executive chairman, is expected to push for an Alvarez-Golovkin fight next, just to help justify the company's enormous investments in them. Golovkin discussed the situation with reporters this week while promoting his fight against huge underdog Steve Rolls on Saturday night at Madison Square Garden. If Canelo talks about the belts, I don't think that's the right thing to do, Golovkin said through his translator. He's just a boxer. Oscar talks about that. It just shows that he's not very professional. Because what we have right now, we do not have a relationship with the belt. We have a relationship with the broadcast of the Zone. The Zone is my partner, and the Zone is their boss. And that's what is the most important thing, that we have a relationship. I don't care about what Oscar said. In fact, I can tell you much more than Oscar because the Zone is my partner, and that's their boss. So that's the situation. The Zone committed more fights, add money to Alvarez than Golovkin when the two-sided agreed in October for a 5-year, 11-fight deal that could be worth $300 million. The contract Golovkin finalized with the Zone is for 3 years, 6 fights, and reportedly slightly more than $100 million. Meanwhile, Golovkin, 37, doesn't think they're serious when Alvarez and De La Hoya mentioned Golovkin need to win a middleweight belt before they can fight again. Golovkin will have to defeat Demetrius Andre, 27-0, 17 KOs, WBO 160-pound champion, if he were to address Alvarez's demand. It's a strategy. When they're talking about the belts, Golovkin said they like to attract some attention from some other federations, for some other sponsors. That's why they're talking about the belts. In fact, they don't care about the belts. They're trying to get more attention, to get more sponsorship money, not attention from commissions and federations. What's up, fight fans? It's your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. You know what it is, and this is the motherfucking Two Hands Up show. All right, let's go. Man, Triple G, new trainer, new energy. My man is popping a whole lot of shit right now. Triple G said he a partner with the Zone, and Canelo and Oscar De La Hoya, man, they working. So basically what this article is pertaining to is the fact that, I already previewed it, so you guys already know, but I'm going to just go ahead and jump right in. Man, Triple G really wants that third fight with Canelo. He wants to regain what he lost, and he should, rightfully so. Because to be quite frank and perfectly honest, man, Triple G didn't lose that second fight, and to be perfectly honest about the first fight, he won the first fight. You know what I mean? I only had it, edging him out by 1 or 2 more rounds, but, he was the more convincing puncher. He kept Canelo on his back foot, and he made Canelo work, and he hit him with more of the convincing power shots. So I would have to give that first fight to Triple G. And the second fight, I would call it a draw. It was kind of up in arms. Now, watching those two guys go against each other was, two master tacticians at work, considering, when you got two fighters of that caliber going back and forth with one another, it's kind of hard to, to judge it because, you have to pay attention to the styles, you got to pay attention to ring generalship, you got to pay attention to the punch output, and you got to pay attention to who land more of the convincing shots, because matches like this aren't going to come down to knockouts when you got two guys that are, like I said, once again, master fucking tacticians. Now, I'll be the first to admit, Man, y'all motherfuckers can't tell me nothing about no Saul Canelo Alvarez, man. Canelo is a straight up dog, and you know what I'm saying? When he gets in the ring, I can tell you from the first time I watched him fight all the way up until now, and even with the 52 wins on his records, man, he's done absolutely nothing but change since he caught that first L to, Floyd Mayweather. Canelo has just been constantly working on so many different styles, and it's kind of hard to say that he's a Mexican style fighter because he fights with finesse. He knows how to counterpunch. He's a very good pop shotter, and he has beautiful check hooks. Canelo knows how to work the ring, and traditionally most Mexican fighters don't fight like that. It's called the Mexican style because they go all out and they fight with a lot of heart. Canelo goes all out, but at the same time, Canelo is very, very smart about picking his shots and picking which way, with his ring generalship and how he's going to work the ring, whether he's going to come in, orthodox or southpaw and just box your head off. So, Triple G, I understand where you're coming from because you do have a partnership with DAZN. And yes, Canelo might have signed a $340 million, broadcasting deal, which guarantees his money, and he's locked in for a while. Triple G signed on for mainly promotion, 6 fights, I believe, or 7 fights, and they're going to preview his fighters on DAZN as well. But he ultimately signed up because he wanted to get closer to Canelo, and, I'm sure behind closed doors, he was promised that Canelo fight. Now, Canelo is trying to make Triple G work. Canelo wants Triple G to get a belt, which I kind of think is, unfair gesture considering that fight is a big fight of all magnitudes. But if I'm looking at it from Canelo's standpoint, both times that was a very dangerous fight. It drawed, so that's the reason why they ran it back, considering the first win wasn't convincing enough. So believe me when I say I get it. Golden Boy, and Canelo Alvarez have an extremely large amount to lose, and they're not trying to lose it. So, they're just going to cover their fighter's ass. So if they're going to fight for something, you best believe they want to fight for a belt. And truly enough, I'm sure that it doesn't have anything to do with, sanctioning bodies and federations alike. So, or could it quite possibly be that Canelo Alvarez has not mentioned once, I don't believe, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, he has not brought up the name Demetrius Andrade. A lot of people don't bring up the name Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius Andrade is the current WBO champion, hailing out of Providence, Rhode Island. This kid is very special. I'm very high on this kid, and he is the one true champion I believe that I have from America that I've repped to the fullest, and I am actually going out to Providence, Rhode Island to see the Shalecki Andrade fight. So I can't wait for that. But like I was saying, back to the business, a lot of people aren't calling out Demetrius Andrade. I ain't heard it come roll off Canelo's tongue, and I definitely didn't hear it roll off of Triple G's tongue. Demetrius Andrade is a tall order, and that's a fight that I really believe that Canelo doesn't want to get in the ring with this young, fast, powerful kid. And Triple G, I don't know if you guys are ping-ponging it off one of each other, like is Canelo trying to throw Triple G Demetrius Andrade so he can save face because he don't want to jump in the ring with that dude. But to be perfectly honest, Callum Smith is just as dangerous, if not even more. Because to be perfectly honest, I can make several hypotheses. Maybe, Triple G doesn't want to fight Demetrius Andrade and he wants to get that fight. Of course, I understand John Skipper wants to make that fight between the two of them because, they want to justify why paying these guys this type of money and not, making, DAZN like the PBC's No Smoke crew where they pity-pat around and just fight guys and, pad their records. Well, we all know Canelo ain't about padding no records, and we know Canelo wasn't scared of anybody, but at the same time, it's kind of strange to me that you would jump up and challenge Callum Smith, but at the same time, Callum Smith holds a lot of metal up there. But at the same time, you only need one more piece to be undisputed. As you see in this article right here that is just put in on ink, that I'm pulling up this receipt to let you guys know that on May 5th, after the Danny Jacobs fight, he definitely said he wanted to be undisputed in the post conference, and he said that he was going to go for another champion in September. The only champion that is in your weight class that is left is Demetrius Andrade. But I haven't heard one mention of you saying anything about Demetrius Andre. All I heard was it going straight to Callum Smith. And of course, Eddie Hearn wants to make that match because, of course, it's going to please your fans. You're going to be going after another strap. And it's another. And like if you go up and you fight Callum Smith and you win, of course, you know what I'm saying, you're going to vacate all the straps and you're going to leave those guys collecting them underneath. And regardless, Eddie Hearn is straight with it because, you know, it leaves the zone in a good position because Demetrius Andre is already down there and Triple G can already start rounding them up and they can put those belts back in the camp. Well, I don't know what is going on, perfectly honest, because to be perfectly honest, I'm sorry. Because when I'm gathering from the whole shit is, Triple G flexing, talking about he a boss, so he get to make moves how he want, and he flexing the John Skipper tune because it's a mega fight and it's gonna bring mega dollars. So being a boss, John Skipper, is very smart of Triple G to say that because John Skipper can probably, you know, flex his muscle and make that fight get in order. So, but like I said, he can wrench that plan with Callum Smith, and you know, Demetrius Andre is a more deadly fight, and he's not as accomplished. And regardless, Canelo would be selling that fight, not Demetrius Andre, but true boxing fans would go out and see that fight in a heartbeat, but not casuals alike, I don't think. But women love Canelo, so they going to come out anyway. And the whole entire Mexican fan base, you know, they going to come out and pretty much, you know what I'm saying, the whole America. We ride with Canelo as well. I ride for Triple G as well. But, you know, regardless, man, Canelo can sell water to a well. Now, Triple G has marquee value as well, but, you know, he's going up against Peter Rose right now. He's been out the ring for a minute, but he has Jonathan Banks, man. The head movement's already improving and everything like that. So I can't wait to see how he performs this evening. But like I said, Canelo wants you to get a strap. Triple G, what are you going to do? Are you going to try to go over his head to John Skipper, or are you going to get that strap? Because, and I'm speaking for both of you, Triple G, is only one way for you to get that motherfucker, and that's going through Demetrius Andre. And for Mr. Canelo Alvarez, there's only one way that you can become undisputed, and that's going through Demetrius Andre. Do either one of y'all want the kid from Providence, Rhode Island? I don't know, because it seems like, you know, everybody in life has ducked Demetrius Andre. You know what I'm saying? Shalecki stepped up, but that ain't saying nothing. He's just trying to become champion after coming off of probably fight of the year. After just coming off of, you know what I'm saying, what was arguably fight of the year on his last match. So, you know, like I said, man, we don't know, man. I'm just going to have to see, man. I try to cover this shit from all angles, man, because we don't know how this shit going to go. But like I said, man, one of y'all going to have to be, you know, Canelo, are you going to seize the moment and you just going to become undisputed because Demetrius Andre is the last piece? Are you going to move up to Callum Smith? Or are you going to take a Triple G fight? Canelo has more avenues than Triple G, believe it or not. But either way, as a fight fan and all of the things that I've done touched on, it just lets you know that that division is going to be, you know what I'm saying, a melting pot of success here in the fall and going into 2020 because, you know, Canelo's got to, you know what I'm saying, round off this year. He's going to have to fight Andre. He's going to have to fight Callum Smith, or, you know what I'm saying, Triple G is trying to put his bid in, or you're going to have to go, you know what I'm saying, or Triple G is going to have to step up after Peter Rose and fight Demetrius Andre and get that belt. But regardless, you know what I'm saying, DAZN is doing very well right now. So, you know what I'm saying, trying to justify what DAZN's numbers are doing with the Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua rematch, the Canelo fight and your fight, I think it's quite safe to say that you being on the stable, you know what I'm saying, that lets you know as well that, you know, DAZN is very comfortable with, you know what I'm saying, the numbers that they're going to bring in and the subscribers they're turning over due to this, you know what I'm saying, back to back fight weeks of nothing but pure excitement. And then after, you know what I'm saying, Triple G is out the way, you still got Demetrius Andre coming up, man. So DAZN got a lot going on, man. Triple G, I understand your tactics and all of that stuff, man. And I know you want them belts back, bro. But you might have to go through Demetrius Andre to get it. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. Love this new attitude that Triple G is possessing, you know what I'm saying, flexing like he a boss when truly you work for John Skipper too. You might be a partner, but you know what I'm saying, they had to pay you. You know what I mean? You're promoting fights through them, but at the end of the day, you work for John Skipper as well, so don't get it twisted because technically Canelo got more money than you. So really, you and Canelo on the same level. I don't know how they tried to make the fine print to make you feel like you're more of a boss than you are, but really, you know what I'm saying, no one person is over the other, and Oscar De La Hoya, you know what I'm saying, he's going to make, you know what I'm saying, it do what it do. So regardless, that is all. And as we always say before we close out, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. Respect, though. Man, shout out to all my subscribers, man. Look, I'm trying to hurry up and get to 1,000 subs. I could give a fuck less about monetizing, man. I'm trying to go live with you guys on these fights, man. So, you know what I'm saying, I can have some boxing talk with y'all boys in the flesh, man, so y'all can really see how, you know what I'm saying, the boss be living, you know what I mean, behind closed doors. And, you know what I'm saying, I can get to know my subs a little bit better, you know, even though I comment and comment on every comment that you guys leave, and leave, you know what I'm saying, likes if I like the comment. But you know what I'm saying, I want to engage with y'all a little bit more, man. So let's help grow this channel, man. So y'all like, share, subscribe, subscribe, and whatever. And as always, respect though. I know y'all see me increasing this work rate, you know, throwing all of these videos out here, man. I hope y'all can keep up. But even if you can't keep up, y'all got a lot of content to watch, man. Like I said, I promise y'all more content, and I'm delivering that. As always, love and respect.